My Gavanan, Melanine, and well met indeed. I am Arachir Adûnâim, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer. Welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on with this version 2 our Adûnâim campaign. As we successfully, we hope, carve out a small little post-Númenórean empire in the heart of Eriador. Or in the south of Eriador, actually. The heart of Eriador is very much Bree, I would suggest. Anywho, I promised that I'd start this episode with a toggle fog of war, so here we are. The ongoing North-South Korea war is ensuing. Is continuing, rather. Dunland still just holed up around Dunarak and Dunyard, doing sod all, and Enedwaith still lining up on the border there with Heret. And they're not doing anything to each other. In the south, of course, Rohan fell some time ago. Oh dear, I haven't got Discord open, have I? I think I bloody have. Bugger. In the south, Isengard are doing very well. Of course, Rohan died some turns ago, and Isengard now holds all of their lands. The large crown that you can see currently hidden in the forest of Fangorn is the army of Khazad-dûm, which was lost to the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. They finally took it back, and unfortunately, Balin, or he probably died, his successor, is currently in Fangorn Forest mulling over what they're going to do. And that's why we can't see him, but the crown just lets you know that that's where they are. Lothlorien stuck in the three regions they always are in. Dol Guldur doing very well in the southern reaches of Mirkwood. Dorwinion unfortunately are on their way out, and it will yet to be seen whether the armies of the Dwarves and Dale can hold Rune back. I doubt it. Southern regions, Harad done very well in my absence, but Gondor and Dol Amroth have at least held the river. Gondor, indeed, at least still holding the entirety of the western side of the river, but Isengard will soon come a-knocking, and once they do, Gondor will go out. Bugger, it is on. Bear with me. Welcome. Sorry, so yeah, my Discord was open. It was beeping at me. It annoys me when I leave it on like that. Anyway, so Dol Amroth back, unfortunately restricted to just their heartlands at the moment, but they are holding the river. Gondor doing alright. The coming of Isengard will change the fate of the world in the south. In the further north, though, of course, the Misty Mountains have done very well, very bloody well, and the Adûnâim are down to merely Bjorn's Halls and Framsburg, which arguably are their two most famous settlements. Of course, Framsburg being famous from the time when the Aethiod actually lived in the Anduin still. We stretch the lore a bit to say that they're in that nation now. And of course, Bjorn's Halls, where Bjorn famously holds off the Orcs for right through, I believe. Even at the time of the War of the Ring, the dwarves report that the men of the Anduin Vale still hold the passes of the mountains open even now. Although it's Bjorn's son who carries on. Bjorn dies, I believe, of natural causes sometime between The Hobbit and the War of the Ring. Anyway, Angmar doing reasonably well, courtesy of me, giving them Hobbiton, of course. It's all me. It's all my input. They are... The Breeland are really up against it. They're down to 4 regions, I just realised. Or 5, sorry. Our war with them is crushing them into the dirt. It's just the bloody elves we have to worry about. They're slowly sending armies across, as you can see there. Mithland has a huge army, though, but... The dwarves have arrived, though, and the Angmarim will soon be fighting them properly, rather than just in skirmishes along the borders. Northern Dúnedain... No, that was a weird way of saying it. Northern Dúnedain! The Northern Dúnedain hold Fenestruin in Tíathuin, Fornostrain, and Númenas, and nothing else. So, overall, everyone's doing a bit naff, really. Oh, Ladros are doing alright. They've got Anon en Orod and Ost in Ithil. Ost in Ithil, Anon en Orod. Gate of the Mountain, Town of the Elves. Those are those names. That river looks a bit peculiar, doesn't it? But it's the best replication of the Mirrormere we can give. Mirrormere. Right, anyway, let's turn that off and crack on. I have, unfortunately, because on a weekend I try and record the 2 episodes each weekend, and if they're both in the same campaign, it makes sense to do them one after the other. So after saying to Wolfson I'd never pre-record, I have at least recorded these 2 back-to-back. So I haven't seen any of your comments from episode 7. Apologise for that. But we have at least got our army into position as Authorion moves in, but we've got a pathetic army. But knowing, unfortunately, with that cheating, that what we do now, Bree's army is all Act Bree. If we were able to take Mitchell Delving, we'll take their second biggest town and leave them with just armies of hobbits. Our army is mustering, but slowly.
As you wish, we'll
Oh, there are 3 units of Azra Zahir in there. They can, if only they could get there. And they're actually recruiting. That's good. Royal Guard, and it'll be years before we can get you. We should send those to a fort, actually. No, because in their upkeep 4, they're not affecting the game at all. Kalatar is free. Card Kalatar is free. He's not getting any upkeep. I think we're going to have to end the turn and just pray. Or it might be an opportunity. Yes. Gimmelzor. You are going to come out of the Bree army and you're going to head south. We need you there. We'll leave everything else. Get to our Menelaus.
We can go no further, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Where's our agent?
Yes, my lord.
Enid Wythe.
A proposition for us?
I'm so tempted to break my rule. Where's your backbone, man? They're bankrupt, and apparently our power is modest. Their power is supreme. So they're doing better than me. I want 750 again, but this time I'll only go 10 turns, 7,500. What are you saying? Make offer. Go on.
I am
No, you
the pleasure
greedy
was all ours.
bastards.
Farewell.
Gregost at the moment for me, unfortunately, is not making me any money. Now, of course, it will do in time, but at the moment, it doesn't make me any money. And well, it makes 595, discounting the 200 odd that they cost, 155. So what's that? 440. But no, that's 440. But then 750 for the next 10 turns would be better. And if there's even the remotest chance Enid Wythe would go to war with Linden, then I'd take it. I don't think they will go to war with Linden, though. That's what's putting me off a bit. I know how the AI works, and it's very unlikely they would go to war with Linden. I could really do with Enid Wythe and Dunland actually going to war. It would free up so many opportunities. Their armies will be depleted very quickly. And Enid Wythe might get the better of Dunland. And we can just, basically, because one of them will start to beat the other one, and we can then jump in and take a few regions from the one that's losing. Of course, as well, we are concerned with Bree because we don't want to get them down to very low numbers because, of course, their last stand will kick in and we will be up the creek without a paddle. Oh, hello. They've left the best units in the other town. So, and if they wait one more turn, we'll have 2 armies to take them. This is what I mean. The only way to beat Linden is numbers. And stupidly, they've left the 2 best units in Cor Willishar and taken the worst units on the attack. Now, Teleri obviously vastly outclass our armies. We're not going to be able to do anything. But we can still damn well try. You guys are coming as well. You're no use to me at Royal Tharbad. Dunland have not shown any interest in me, so I'll repay that favour. And not show any interest in them either. I'm tempted to nip back and take Cor Willishar. Oh no, this army that's coming together can take it in a moment. I don't really know what to do with this one. As long as the Northern Adûnâim survive, the Angmarim will be... Oh, but Angmar have now got... Oh, there's just so much going on. And the turn again. Angmar will like us more than the others because we're an evil nation. But then would they? I'm not sure that it's actually set up like that in the files, if I'm honest. I'm not... I can't support that theory. I don't know. The only reason I say that is because if we do manage to take Bree, are we then going to have to fight against Angmar? What has just happened? The clans of Enid Wythe and Dunland have actually just gone to war, and Dominion of Isengard have sided with the Dunland. Oh, we might be able to unify Tharbad. Oh my word! Sorry, that's again an overreaction. Speaking of overreaction, speaking of overreaction, the Linden army has just abandoned its charge. Ah, you morons! Now is the glory.
Your orders, my lord.
Gimmelzor, I want you to join with them. Perfect. Take the bastards out. Come on, we can do this. The only real threat are the Linden long spears. There's only 13 Teleri archers, 10 swordmen, 127. So there's 2 units full Teleri archers and swordmen, and there's the spears, which are the real trouble. This is interesting, fighting against nations that aren't the same all the time. I don't even remember the last time I fought against Linden. Did you all, however, note how much the AI favours the elves, in that we outnumber this army 3-1, and the calculator was about 50-50 that we would win. Oh, and we have the hill. They will retreat, of course they will, because we're attacking, but we have the hill. Oh, I've just pressed the Windows key. Right, don't fire at will. Get yourselves hidden. Let's get you hidden. Let's actually hide like with intent rather than just hiding because we can hide. There's a chance the AI will come to us. Now, our Corsair archers actually have the ability to hide anywhere. They don't even need the trees, which is a wonderful ability. You three, however, should be able to lay a pretty swing ambush if you just stay in those trees away from the elves. Let's put you a bit further back. You don't want to chance it. And then as the enemy gets closer... No, that's not really a good enough slope. Let's put you there. Bring you guys, shift 1, further forward. There we are. But don't fire at will. Stay as you are for now. Gimmelzor, you're the bait. I have faith in the armsmen. They have such a clean, crisp sword as well. I like them a lot. I really like that unit design. I know that Reforged have taken a different angle or path, if you will, with their unit design of the Adûnâim armsmen, or whatever they've called them in Reforged. But I really like that one for us. But these are, of course, the new Teleri, the new army of Linden, courtesy of Arthalion and his various works. So as you can see there, the Teleri archers have a more rangery-esque vibe now, and less of a kind of militia-like vibe. They look a bit more basically just like troops. They don't just look... They look cool, actually, to be honest. They look damned cool. Now, they aren't going to come for us by the looks of it. But we can still play the baiting game. See what I did there? We'll send our own archers down. They outrange us. They do more damage than us. They're better than us. They will beat us. But if we can... Come on, people. Everybody involved. Shoot those spears. They're taking the bait. Just keep firing for now. Just keep firing for now. Keep firing, keep firing, keep firing, keep firing. Stop! Pull back. Run, 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 run. Get them up that hill more. Oh, we should have gone right. I should have had my army in the trees there and brought them all the way back. That was foolish. Archers, when you're in position, you're free to fire at will. Gimmelzor, take on those swordmen. Bring our army out of the trees. Pull Gimmelzor back. Get the support over. Come on, get to them before they get to the archers. Oh. No, yeah. Pull them away, pull them away, pull away, pull away, pull away. You, keep them busy. I don't know what your name is, Nim something. Everyone appears to be a Nim somebody.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
You guys take on the Teleri. Oh, there's 8 Teleri swordmen there. Do you think you can handle that? I'm pretty sure their captain's one of these. Yes, he is. There's only 6 left. Those swordmen are getting hounded. Unfortunately, they've got the hill against our better units, though. Our household guard have really done a number on the long spears, though. That's brilliant. This is our stock bodyguard, I should say, by the way, as I'm sure you're all aware. The Immortals. Are our archers shooting their archers? That's the question. Yeah, I believe they are. Yeah, they are. Perfect. We've got Elven units routing. What a glorious day. We've pulled off the perfect ambush. Using crappy Azrazair units, we've managed to bloody kill the buggers.
We've captured the enemy's general. That'll teach the cowardly dog.
Go and
to
stand in the
turn
trees.
tail
Let
and
the archers
run.
do what they can for now. You're hiding. Perfect. Get you guys just out of there. Just keep shooting them. You've got the hill. They are obviously better than us, but as their numbers dwindle, their damage is less and less and less. And even though the Azrazair archers aren't the world's best archers, they are at least archers. Every shot counts. Right, it's over. Who are they shooting at? Gimmelzor. Right, Gimmelzor, give them more of a target. Go and stand in front of them. Oh, they've charged him. Idiots. Send in the other general as well.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Now, they will skirmish. Even though they're elves, they will skirmish. We can try and sort of flank them, but I don't think we'll be able to. Who are they shooting now? Everyone's in position. The trap is set. Go.
The enemy
Capture them! Yes, from all angles. 8%. And we've killed almost all of them. That'll teach you, you damn pointy-eared bastards.
Be awed by the victory.
Excellent
we have won
victory.
here
72
today.
men paid today. 40 from the archers when they got engaged in melee. But they killed more than anyone else, actually. I wonder if that was through melee. I wonder if their melee skills have brought them up. That was an excellent victory. The elves, unfortunately, their units are so good that if you let them dictate the battle, they will beat you. If they went one-on-one, say, if that unit of 127 Teleri warriors went up against my Azrazair warriors, or whatever they're called, raiders, sorry, the sword and board one, if they went up against those, they would have beaten them with minimal losses. But because we were able to just shoot them, keep them at bay, and then we got, obviously, the ambush, kill them all, we managed to win a glorious victory. And now we've got a nice little secondary army.
Victory.
And we're no longer as afraid of these 2 units of Sindar, which is the tier above Teleri when you're playing as Linden. And obviously we've got 2 units of actual Corsair warriors. They're not called that anymore. Azrazair warriors moving in, which gives us a nice boost. And with the wonderful news that Dunland and Enedwaith are now bitter enemies. We can actually do some stuff. I am keen to replace the generals in these 2 towns with armies and get the generals either in that fort and get them supporting or whatever. Oh, there's Reginald.
You are weaker than I. And you.
There's cell swords.
An
Hey,
order.
Reg.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
We shall slaughter them, my lord.
Hey, Reg. I'm coming for you.
Show no mercy. Kill them all.
Gimmelcad and Gimmelthorn on a raid. That's how we've managed to win. It is really, isn't it? We've raided the Brelands, the world's most wealthiest region, when you're comparing more than just one town, is easily the Shire, and we've raided it for all its wealth and riches and buggered off home when we've got the success. Now, we attacked him, but I would not be surprised if he comes for us. Unfortunately, though, he might go up on that hill. But if he goes up on that hill, we're not bothered, really, are we? I'd like to fight him out in the plain. We're going to give him the runaround. Make sure our archers get as many shots off as they can. I really would love to get them up on that hill, but it's just too far. Oh, and he's standing out in the open anyway. Oh, you're not running away, are you, Reg? Come on, you cowardly coward. Why are you moving to the high ground when you don't even have archers? The AI needs to be smacked in the face with a fact before it will accept it as actual fact. The AI is very much the flat earthers of the game. Even though they know that there are archers in the army that's attacking them, they still opted to run up the hill and try and get the high ground. And it was only when they finally were actually attacked by the archers they accepted that there are archers and they changed their plan. There is Reginald, by the way, with his unique little custom battle model. Again, courtesy of Hummingbird. He stands out amongst his other sellswords, but he has their kind of look. He looks like a sellsword captain, which is exactly what he is, and that's brilliant. Also, if they're going to walk that slowly at us, then we're going to have real easy time killing them. Especially with rangers. Rangers are such a useful unit. And Baruthiel's rangers, and well, all human rangers, unfortunately they do share almost identical stats, but with minor little tweaks here and there between the nations. But essentially they are all the same. Right, what we're going to do now is we are going to get him to engage our general. And then run around behind him and shoot him in the back.
Only half the enemy force remains. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Oh dear, veritable shooting gallery. Aim! Sorry, Reg. We've totally set you up here, haven't we? Although they have shields on their back, but unfortunately the game doesn't calculate shields on a back. If there's no shield stat, which there shouldn't be, no, indeed, then the shield is not calculated. So it's purely aesthetic. I think you should probably stop shooting them now, to be honest, but give it another volley.
We will smash the enemy.
8 men remain. Good block, sir. Support from your fellow ranger. And they go down. And with any luck, the generals are nowhere near the front lines, but that may not be the case. I think we're down to just Reg now.
The enemy army flees the field, awed by
no!
the victory we have won here today.
Oh, moron. Moron. We didn't lose a single soldier. Oh, we didn't kill him or capture him. I bet he flees. Oh, that was so stupid. I don't know. We'll yet to be seen. We'll wait and see. But I think he might have just survived that because I didn't capture or kill him. Oh, please say it isn't so. I don't know enough of the minutiae of some of the weird quirks of the game's systems to know if that army, if Reginald has survived.
Such is the fate of all who oppose us.
He did. He survived.
An order. As you command.
That was... I went out and attacked him purposefully to knock that bugger off of his...
Your orders, my lord.
It's not happened. We could... Oh, no, I don't even need an army there. End the turn. Let's see what they do. They're getting quite sizable armies in Delving and Deep Hallow. But they will just be hobbits. Deep Hallow can only train hobbits. So can Sackville and Hobbiton. Hobbiton's held by Angmar anyway. Mitchell Delving can train normal troops. So they could be stocking up with militia. If they've got the town's barracks up enough, now we're way past the barracks event, they could be getting watchmen in there as well. But Deep Hallow is definitely just getting filled with hobbits. Especially now half of the Shire has fallen to external forces. Cand and Dol Amroth have made peace. Let's just toggle fog of war and then watch the delights of the carnage between these two. Oh, Heorot has fallen to Enedwaith immediately. Dunland responds, but apparently Enedwaith are getting the drop on them. Isengard have a new threat. Enedwaith's attack of Isengard has probably just saved Gondor. Oh, and Mordor have taken Tirothoros. They've cut Cand completely off. Only Harad can now get through. It's Gondor and Dol Amroth versus Mordor now. Kandor out, basically. They're going to sit around their capital and build armies, I expect. Oh, there's their heir, Warlord Orash.
I do not seek trouble.
He's happy to be friends with me, by the sounds of it. I'm pleased at that, though. These South Koreans have jumped across the border, snatched up the southern regions of North Korea, and the Koreans, as would almost certainly happen, unfortunately don't have an answer. They've got quite a lot in Dunlarak. They've still got a sizable army in Dunyard. They don't feel the need to head there yet. And unfortunately, though, Enedwaith are probably going to have to contend with Isengard. And that's where they're going to come into full foul. But we can always throw a spanner in the works. We'll wait a little bit. Let's get our diplomat down there. I'm happy to support Enedwaith in their fight against Dundon. I really am.
Yes, my lord.
Your will, my lord.
You go in. If they attack you, brilliant. If they don't, you'll have more troops in 2 turns. Or 3 turns, unfortunately. Now we need to get troops in our Menelaus, but we can't do that until we can get a town guard, and we can't get a town guard until we make money, and we don't make any money. So that's not going to be coming anytime soon. But you can send more Corsair archers out. Brilliant. And Argon will keep its garrison. The Trit's not training yet. Kar Kalatar's not training yet. Tharbad is. But those aren't free. I'd rather leave behind... I don't know if the footmen or the halberdiers are better. Leave the halberdiers behind. I'll take the rest.
Your will, my lord. By your command.
We can easily raise a small, like, Azra Zair army, maybe, to take Tharbad when the time comes. It's only got 1 guy in it, and apparently he's fat. Kalatar could probably take it on his own, actually. But I would really like these guys to get these troops so that I can get those generals out. Feels like a waste having generals in towns for me. Do we have a spy? We don't, do we? Don't have the money for a spy.
Your orders. As you
Get over into that side. Head over to Herot on the hill there.
As you wish. Yes.
And see what you can find out. In the north, we're still, just for the time being, just hold in Sackville. And to be tempted to push on Deep Hallow, but then we might incur the wrath of the army at Bree. I'd rather wait and see if Angmar can actually pull their fingers out. End the turn. End the turn. So much up and down. I'm so thrilled at the war of Dundon and Enedwaith. 2 great wildman superpowers. I say that. They're the only wild men left. Anduin are basically out. Misty Mountains are doing very well this time around. Very, very well. Linden is the real trouble, though. They are sending more troops over. We are going to have to... They are our enemy now. I'd like to take Tharbad, but I'm not actually all that bothered about taking regions in Dunland proper. But I'd be interested in Tharbad. We've got quite a nice little militia army, and we're only losing Isengard and Enedwaith. There we are. Did that say domains? Gondor, Enedwaith. There we are. Oh, Dominion. I thought it said domains for some reason. I'd love to take Tharbad, and I would like to take Londare, but I don't want to attack both of them because we're not strong enough.
Without question.
But
as you wish. Tomorrow's journey planned out.
I'm very interested to nip across and take Tharbad when the time comes. But then we don't want to incur Dunland's wrath until we know we're at a point where we can actually hold them back. And right now we can't do that. You're not important enough to queue up there, actually. You're never going to train now because we're actually not making any money. We are actually making -8 gold per turn. Once we take Cor Willishar back, though, we'll be up on the money again. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can recruit here. Unless we've got a conscription camp, we've got the mercs, but it's not worth their happiness in the law negative. Oh, there's Linden moving in. Oh, don't you dare go for Sackville, you daft bastards. Bree have taken Mengelen. They've pushed out. His army is really, really weak. I mean, I'd love to push back for Buzz Doom, but I can't really. If we move a garrison out of Sackville, the Breelanders will take it back. And of course, they're ever running away from Angmar. We're where they're heading.
My lord, your will, my lord.
We've got a neat little garrison in Tharbad, though. a neat. Sounds so silly. We've got a nice little garrison. End the turn. See what Linden do. If Linden don't rise up now, we'll get a nice sizable addition to our besieging force, and Cor Willishar will again flip back into our hands. But I really want Buzzradûm. That's the real moneymaker. As we know, of course. I've been to Buzzradûm already, and when we got there, we got 1,000 gold out of the place. But I'd love to hold Sackville, because it is a really good earner. The whole of the Shire is just so wealthy. Only the 4 in the middle, though. Undertowers is not worth it. Undertowers isn't wealthy, but the 4 farthings of the Shire are wealthy and very much worth your time. Ah, Min Wialsel. Min Wialsel is betrothed to Balachan. He looks a bit dopey, but we'll take him. Where did he just go? That's the question. Ah, Royal Tharbad. Who did you marry then, Balachan? Ah, there's the death portraits to finally show you. We've got a dead person. I've taken them back from Medieval 2. So now when any Middle Eastern culture, I mean culture, not religion. So Khand, Rune, Harad, and Umbar, Adûnâim, their dead portraits are now stone effigies of the dead person, rather than just a greyed out picture. And the reason we have to do that is because that's the payoff we have to make in order to make the Adûnâim portraits separate from the rest of the culture. Unfortunately, you cannot separate out the death portraits, which I don't understand. So we might just settle on making that just like a really generic grave for all of the dead people, which we probably will. But at the minute, they're represented by dead stone people. So what do you think would be better? A sort of really generic grave for all 4, or these kind of portraits of dead people? These ones have slight variations in how they look. So there's a bit of variety. Or would you rather every dead person just had a simple grave depicting their death for the whole culture? That would be my question to you. So Balachan has oh, he's almost twice her age. That's unfortunate. Sorry, Minwiel Sel. She is the granddaughter of Gimmelcard. And she's happy to marry him.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, Linden are coming in numbers. They've really arrived.
As you wish. Your will, my lord. Yes.
And they can cross the river there. He's going to come and flank us, isn't he? Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I did.
Your orders, my lord.
Balachan. I don't know where to send you. I think maybe if we send you to Sackville, actually. And try and get you involved a bit up there, maybe.
Yes.
Gimmelzor already has a second. And I don't need you here. You're just costing me money here. I could send you to a fort, actually, couldn't I? Oh.
Your orders. Without question.
Oh, when did I beat Dunnan back off of that?
Without question.
We just need to wait and see and find out when's the opportune moment to strike. I'd be tempted to go and take Mengelin, but then they'll just take it from me and we'll just lose Balachan, so that would just be a death for no reason.
Yes,
so tell you what, go and sit in the fort we've got for the moment at the Sarn Ford, and then we'll move you, chop and change you about then. Ah, Cor Willishar goes down this turn.
Come and get me, you coward.
Milwion will come and support. But Karsuithon, I don't think he will. But we are going to have to fight both of those. But that is going to be for the next episode. I'm going to end that episode there. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navar na den Perimad Melunin, and farewell.